Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting interview by Financial Insight. My name is Mwelwa, and I'm about to have a conversation with Sherrill from Standard Bank Group. She was just on a panel discussion, and she's going to share with me some of the key insights that she had from that presentation, as well as some of the things that she talked about on that panel. Sherrill, how are you?
I'm good, and you? Thank you.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's so wonderful again to meet at an Energy Net event. I know, obviously, at AEF as well as Mining in Dava, etc. But we're obviously in Zambia, in Livingston, for the second edition. You were on a panel today on the second day, which obviously features some power traders as well as other players in in the sector. Are you able to just share with our viewers, what some of the key points of your your presentation, or rather, talking points were, so that the viewers can better understand the position of the bank?
Thanks. So I was on a very interesting panel on energy traders, and what's very interesting about the energy traders is how they're going to change the landscape of power in Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm.
So energy traders allow more private power to be added onto the grid, but what we also spoke about on the panel is how some of that private power can be used to mobilize public sector projects as well. So using some of the wheeling revenues or other revenues that the traders generate that can support offtake for ZESCO and ZETDC. In addition, the traders allow for importation of power into the country. I mean, I think it was Petrodex that was saying that imported 160 megawatts, and that was the contribution that they're making to Zambia, because without that contribution, the load shedding would be way worse. And we also know from ourselves, with our partnership with Greenco on the emergency Greenco transaction, we also facilitated importation of power into Zambia to help with the load shedding at the peak of the crisis.
Absolutely. And, obviously the role of power traders now has evolved and has become more significant. And, we're, as Financial Insight, we're seeing, the bank having conversations with power traders now in the mix. But are you able to just tell us about where going forward, like how important their role will be, especially around energy security?
So I think power traders are going to continuously play an important role in the sector. So not just when you're in these energy deficits. So while you're in the energy deficit, they're able to provide a bankable solution for new generation and supply that power to mines and other industry. But even once you get into a surplus again, the InPower was talking about how the original business model was set up to mop up the excess that ZESCO had and sell it into deficit regions such as DRC. Right. But given the current crisis, they're actually able to play an even bigger and contribution role to the sector. So I think that's a very important thing. That traders are here to stay, and they help facilitate more generation onto the grid, but they play a role in addition to that of the utilities and not instead of.
Absolutely. Now, on a final note, we're obviously at the tail end of 2025. We go into 2026, and one does get a sense that there's a little bit of optimism. And when you're looking around the Zimbabwe-Zambia sort of region, and with a sort of interest from various possible developers, from a bank's perspective, are you optimistic about going into 2026 in terms of the success that you've also enjoyed in in seeing some of the deals, such as the Zambia deal, some of them that you've alluded to, going forward in terms of increasing access to energy?
I'm very optimistic about 2026, both for Zambia and Zimbabwe. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of the right regulations and changes and structures. And so we have a very healthy pipeline for Zambia and Zimbabwe. And one of the things I personally love the most is that we're actually going to be able to make a difference. Like the contribution that we're going to be able to fund in those countries is going to make a difference for the individuals in those countries, not just the private sector, but also for the individuals and the small businesses of Zambia and Zimbabwe, which help grow the economy. So I'm very excited and optimistic for next year. It's going to be busy.
It's going to be busy, absolutely. Sherrill, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So there you've heard it for yourself. We've been speaking to Sherrill from Standard Bank, South Africa, or Standard Bank Group. So stay tuned for more conversations on the sidelines of Zim-Zam 2025. I've been your host, Mwelo Chvesakunda, and as we always say at Financial Insight, get to know.